Hello, everybody, and welcome to Northwest Magic. I am Levi.
I'm Howie. Today, I'm going to say today now. Today, we're going to talk about the 10... What is this called? Timey-Wimey.
Timey-Wimey.
10 best cards of all time you should add to this deck. And 10 cards that are the worst cards ever created in the history of Wizards of the Coast. We're going to... Yeah, I'll read you the commanders, though. The 10th Doctor. He's 5 mana. 3, a blue, and a red. Legendary creature, Time Lord, Doctor. 3/5. He says, Alonzi. I think that's French. Whenever you attack, I think it means let's go in French.
Something like that.
In the comments, tell me that I don't know anything about Doctor Who or tell me I'm right.
Yeah.
We'll do a little poll in the comments, alright? Whenever you attack, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. Put 3 time counters on it. If it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. And then it has Timey-Wimey. That's the name of the deck.
Whoa!
Whoa! For 7 mana, time travel 3 times. Activate only as a sorcery. This is a new mechanic, so I'll read you the reminder text, guys. It says, for each suspended card you own, and each permanent you control with a time counter on it, you may add or remove a time counter. Then do it 2 more times. That's what 3 times means.
Yeah. It's pretty useful, especially for some of the vanishing effects where you get to like add counters if you want, remove. Pretty dang solid. What's the
and there's cards in the deck that there's cards in the deck that do things when counters are removed too.
Yes.
Even when you're not they're not in play yet. The companion partner, the partner. Not companion. The partner is
some
Rose.
Chick, I don't know, some chick.
I'm assuming you pronounce this Rose Tyler.
I would assume. I have no idea.
1 and a white, 2 mana for a legendary creature, human. 2/2. Rose Tyler gets +1/+1 for each time counter on it.
Bad wolf.
Whenever Rose Tyler attacks, put a time counter on it for each suspended card you own. And each permanent you control with a time counter on it. I'm assuming that's a lore thing, Bad Wolf. Yeah. I think one of the cards that we left in the deck has it on the art. It says Bad Wolf.
Something like that. I don't know. She looks like she's designed to just get big and hit with commander damage and win the game through there. That's what she gives off the vibe. You know, she's giving off that vibe.
Yeah. Do you want to start us off with your first ad, though?
Let's start us off with our first ad. One of our favorites right here that I think came from all these Doctor Who sets is Clara Oswald.
You stole my pick, bro.
I stole your pick. 6 mana, legendary creature, human advisor, impossible girl. If Clara Oswald is your commander, choose a color before the game begins. She's that chosen color. That part doesn't really matter very much. If a triggered ability,
honestly,
it is pretty solid. Like, don't get me wrong.
I would consider running her instead of Rose.
Yeah,
Tyler.
I probably would too. If a triggered ability of a doctor you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. We've talked about this before on our channel. If you get the ability to do something again, it is very powerful. And the doctors have some insane triggered abilities. So, doing it again? Doing his ability again? Woo! Solid.
There's like 3 other doctors in the deck too, I think. I'm looking right now. There's the 11th, the 9th, and the War Doctor. So it's not just your commander. You can trigger, do things a couple times, and it's pretty cool.
Pretty dang solid.
Oh, yeah. Love it.
Yeah, Clara Oswald.
Super solid card.
Very solid. Honestly, she could go in literally every single one of these decks.
Oh, yeah. So, for my first pick, I'm actually going to do 2 picks because they're essentially here for the same reason. Training Grounds and Zerda the Dawn Waker. Training Grounds is blue for an enchantment. Activated abilities of creatures you control cost 2 less to cast. This effect can't reduce the mana in that cost to less than 1. And then Zerda, same exact text.
Pretty
and
much
then it has 1 in tap for target creature can't block this turn. Except it's an elemental fox. But yeah, you want Timey-Wimey, the ability, to be cheap. And with one of these, it goes down to 5. With both of them, that goes down to 3. And if you do 3 mana to time travel 3 times. That's 1 mana per time travel. Repeatable. That's great. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it synergizes really well with a lot of things. A lot of things have 3 time counters on them because his ability puts 3 time counters on something, right? So you time travel 3 times for 3 mana. If you have like a bunch of things that you've already made have 3 time counters on them, you get to play everything.
It's almost like casting stuff for
free
or cheap.
It basically is. Yeah, you're getting mad value out of that.
Mad.
So, along with that, a lot of this, this deck cares a lot about suspend and a lot of counters and stuff. So, we decided to throw Ancestral Vision in there. It's a sorcery with suspend 4, and it's just a blue. Target player draws 3 cards. You can cast this for blue, and if you end up being able to time travel, you can remove 3 of those counters immediately. Or, if it gets up to, if another turn happens and then you cast it, or I'm sorry, if another turn goes around after you cast it and you remove 3 counters, you just get 3 cards. That's really dang good. 3 cards is no joke for basically free.
Yeah. This would be a great turn 1 play, honestly. It's like,
yeah, that's another thing.
Thank me later. Thank yourself later.
Turn 1, yeah. If you get this in your opening hand, thank
I
Howie
love turn
later.
1 Howie, dude. He's my best friend.
Yeah. Pray to him like he's Howie, Oh, thank you, Howie.
Thanks, turn 1 Howie.
Thanks, turn 1 Howie.
I know I can rely on you.
Beautiful card. What
So,
else we got?
Time counters, they go off during the upkeep, right? As they do naturally. So we're going to add Sphinx of the Second Sun. It's 6 blue for a Sphinx 6/6 flyer. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, you get an additional beginning phase after this phase. So, because this card is a commonly confused card, I'm going to break that down a little bit. It goes main phase, combat, another main phase, untap, upkeep, draw, and step. But you still get 2 upkeeps a turn. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just solid in general. Being able to remove counters and stuff off of those in your main phase, pretty dang good.
Yeah, and you can keep mana up for stuff too.
It just goes well. We got for another one, we threw in Joyra's Time Bug for 2 artifact creature. And then it has tap, choose target permanent you control, or suspended card you own. If that permanent or card has a time counter on it, you may remove a time counter from it, or put another time counter on it. It basically does something similar to time traveling, just once though. Pretty damn good.
But it's repeatable.
Yeah, it's repeatable. Because you're going to have a lot of things with time counters in this deck. You're going to want to be able to speed up some of the process.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
The next card is not the Time Bug, but it's Joyra of the Get-To herself. 1, a blue, and a red for a legendary creature, human wizard, 2/2. 2 mana. Exile a non-land card from your hand. Put 4 time counters on the exiled card. If it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. I like this card in the deck because the 10th Doctor himself doesn't let you suspend things from your hand. It's off the top of your deck, right? Yeah, off the top of your library. So if something ends up in your hand but you want it to be suspended, Joyra's got you covered like turn 1 Howie.
Bugless Joyra.
Bugless Joyra.
No bug here.
No bug here.
She's got you covered though. Yeah, really solid. Fits in really well. We decided to throw in a nice, just staple card, Vega the Watcher, for 1 white and a blue, flying. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, you draw a card. This card finds itself in a lot of decks, a lot of Blink decks, but Suspend is something that gets casted from exile, so which you're going to be doing a lot. You're going to be casting things from exile a lot, so Vega's just going to keep that engine going and keep cards full in your hand. So pretty dang solid card for this deck, I would say.
Super good. We're adding a lot of cards that let you draw stuff, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you want card draw.
Yeah, so Aeon Chronicler
Chronicler.
Three blue, 5 mana for an avatar. Not to be confused with any,
I like
James
the art
Cameron
on this
movies.
Yeah, it's not one of those avatars.
It's more Space Noodles, it looks like.
Space Mummy.
That's a reference to a different video.
Mummy, if I've ever seen one. Space Mummy.
Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your hand. It has suspend X for X 3 blue. X can't be 0, so 4 at the least. Whenever a time counter is removed from Aeon Chronicler. I don't know why I can't say that.
Its power and toughness.
While it's exiled, draw a card. That's more card draw, man.
Yeah. No, I just like this card in this deck a lot. It's really solid.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It cares about counters. Again, it's suspending, counters, synergize, win.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm getting a t-shirt.
One more?
With that. Okay, we decided to throw in Inevitable Betrayal. This is a very solid card with suspend 3. Whoa, he can time travel 3 times, take it off immediately. What? Search target opponent's library for a creature card and put that card on the battlefield under your control. Then that player shuffles. So you can suspend this bad boy, time travel, take whatever you want out of somebody's freaking deck. Their deck.
Just make sure you pick the right person.
Yeah, pick the right person. Slap that on your battlefield. Hit them with it.
Flick their cards. You know what I mean?
Flick their cards at them. Yeah.
A little flick.
Super good. I love
those. Are the 10 best cards of all time that you could possibly add to Tiny.
Yeah, there's no better cards.
No.
Yeah. So now let's take the worst cards out. You can trust Howie. He's never lied.
Yeah.
We have to take out some cards, though. Because Commander only allows 100 cards total. And we just added 10, so we have to remove 10.
Atraxi Warden. 4 white. It's 6 mana for an alien eye.
Hey, there's not very many eyes. Yeah, there's not very many eyes. But this one's an eye.
I've never heard of an eye.
There's been
for
a few
creature
eyes.
Type. It's a 6/6 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target tapped creature. And it has to spend 5 for 1 and a white. People, even if you can accelerate this, like the suspend process, people will see this coming. And I don't think that they'll let whatever you want to be exiled tapped when this happens. So it's too out in the open. I don't like it.
Yeah, you're going to see it coming and then just no one's going to care about it. It's just this flying 6/6 at this point. If somebody sees this on turn 2 and they're going to be like, all right, that's going to be here in 5 turns. Yeah, maybe you can speed it up. But even if you get a turn 2 play, you're going to have to play the Doctor. The Doctor's 5 mana. You're not going to get this out in a reasonable amount of time. You know what I'm saying? This 6/6 is going to come out mid-game at best. And then, cool, I got a 6/6 flying. It exiles something. I don't know.
While you were talking about whatever you just said, I wasn't listening. I looked up how many eyes are in Magic, and there's 6.
I think there's an eye that says it can only be blocked by eyes or something. I think it's like a black creature. I want to say
non-eye creatures you control can't attack, can't be blocked except by walls. That might be what you're thinking. Either way,
that's the one.
When you edit this video and when you guys are watching this video, check out this card. It's called Evil Eye of Urborg, and it's like a photorealistic eyeball. This is the worst art I've ever seen on a Magic card, and I want everybody to be aware of this. I'm sorry that you came here for cuts. I'm sorry you came here for cuts, but this is the worst thing I've ever seen.
I've seen this card in a John Arenicus deck. That card you're talking about.
Dude, it makes me want to quit YouTube forever.
It's that ugly.
It's that bad.
So
can I move on?
Another one we decided to take out is Wedding Ring. I think this card's just cool in general, but it's not doing anything for the deck. For 2 and 2 white, it's an artifact. When it enters the battlefield, if it was cast, target opponent creates a token that's a copy of it. Whenever an opponent who controls an artifact named Wedding Ring draws a card during their turn. You draw a card whenever an opponent who controls the wedding, basically an artifact called the Wedding Ring, gains life during their turn, you gain that much life. So if it's your turn and you have a Wedding Ring and you chose, if it's my turn and I chose Howie, when I gain life, he gains life. When I draw a card, he draws a card. And the same thing happens when he does that. So, not a horrible card in general. It's more for like a politicsy deck. This deck ain't trying to politics, bro. You're trying to win, bro.
That's right. Trying to do some time traveling.
We're trying to time travel. We're not trying to get married. What? The Doctor doesn't have time to get married. Maybe he does.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like one of the cards in the deck says something about getting married. But anyway.
Yeah, there's like the Wedding of River song. Now that I think about it, there might be some weddings happening. Regardless,
know your Doctor Who lore before you play a Doctor Who upgrade video. Okay.
I know my lore.
Speaking of time travel, what were we talking about? Clock spinning. It's Kikos Blue. It's an instant with a buyback 3, which means that you can pay 3 as you cast it and then put it in your hand when it resolves. Choose a counter on target permanent or suspended card. Remove that counter from that permanent or card, or put another of those counters on it. This card does exactly what you want to do in the deck, but it's pretty low impact, and for 4 mana, you can do better than time traveling once, basically. Even if it's repeatable, you don't want to spend 4 mana every time to do it. It's the worst card. It's the worst card out of the 100. Like, honestly, if there was one other card that was worse, you could have kept this in. But I don't think it's worth it. It's not a high impact enough.
Yeah, this deck's just not looking to go too crazy on mana anyway. You're not going to have a ton of expendable mana.
Yeah, you're gonna take a whole turns off to do this buyback thing.
Yeah, it's just like, no, I don't want to do that. Speaking of low impact, we got RMS Titanic. We thought this card was kind of interesting, but again, just is low impact. For 3 and a red, flying trample. When it deals combat damage to a player, you sacrifice it and create that many treasure tokens. It's a 7/1, so it would make a decent amount of treasures, but it's nice. Treasures are nice. Don't get me wrong. But this is not the focus here. We're not dilly-dallying with some crew and stuff. You're not trying to circumvent to try to get a little mini quest going to try to get yourself some treasures. You just want to get straight into the point. Yeah.
I feel like people would destroy this when you play it.
It's only 1 toughness. Like, you could very easily just be killed. Very easily.
Well, yeah, that's true. There's a lot of pingers out there these days. We got those other, universes beyond cards, Orcish Bowmasters, etc.
Yeah, like you could just spend all this time trying to get this thing to work, spend a turn casting it, then spend another turn crewing it and attacking just for it to get pinged or something. It's just kind of
4 knocks, 2 and a white for an enchantment. It has Vanishing 4. And then at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, draw a card. That is like... I don't want to pay 3 mana to draw 1 card a turn. It's like Phyrexian Arena, but like
Phyrexian
way
Arena.
worse.
It is. Worse. It's literally... Because it's going to go away, too. That's even worse about it.
Yeah. I don't like it. It's not... It's slow.
It's card draw in white... So, who knows? Maybe we'll see more of it than we think or than we'd like. But there's better card draw in white now.
Yeah. We got enough card draw in white. It's not worth it. And we're in... What deck is this? We're in Jeskai. We don't need it.
Yeah, Jeskai doesn't need this. You're very true. What else we got? We got Run for Your Life. It's an Izzet. Blue and a red. Instant. One or 2 target creatures each gain haste until end of turn. They can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with haste. So, yeah, not horrible. I think it kind of goes with Rose Tyler. It's like, maybe you got big stuff, but it gives her a little bit of evasion. But at the end of the day, you know what we're here for. We're here to give things counters and then remove them.
Suspending and time traveling and whatnot.
Yeah, this is gonna be low impact yet again on the deck. So yeah,
Donna Noble. Have you seen this card? I know you have because we talked about it beforehand, but it's
have
3 in a red. Have you seen this card we talked about already? 2/4 for a legendary creature. What? It's 4 mana. It's a 2/4. It's a legendary human, and it has Soul Bond, so you pair it with something useless. Whenever it or a creature it's paired with is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target opponent, and it's got Doctor's Companion. Why?
Not in this deck. Doesn't belong in this deck.
This deck is built pretty good, like pretty good by itself, but there are a couple cards where I don't even know what you want to do with this. I don't know what the lore implication is of me removing Donna Noble, but I don't want to live in the lore without her.
I could see this getting paired with, like, I don't know, maybe Brash Taunter or something. You could, like, pair this with, like, that or Stuffy Doll. But that's its own deck. That's its own deck. Yeah, that's not here. You know? Maybe if you're just a mono red burn, like get some damage through, I could see this card going in that, but that is like I wouldn't care.
It's unique, I'll give it that, but it's not it, man.
Yeah, it ain't it, Chief. Another doctor, or sorry, it's not a doctor, a doctor's companion is Martha Jones, 2 and a blue. Legendary creature, human cleric. There's a lot of clerics in this. When she enters the battlefield, investigate. Cute, cool. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, Martha Jones and up to 1 other target creature can't be blocked this turn.
Yeah, she has no combat damage triggers.
Don't want to sound like a broken record, but just low impact yet again.
Not good.
Yeah, not good. Yes, we know that, maybe you could sack a clue and make what's her name, Rose Tyler, unblockable, because it seems like you want to make her big, but there's not a ton of clue generation here in this deck. There really isn't. So it's just gonna be kind of rare when you see that. Even it might pop up every once in a while, but not that useful.
Huh? What did you say at the end?
Not that useful. I think
not that useful. Okay, I could not hear that.
Yeah, not that useful.
Oh,
we got 2 more, Howie.
Sally Sparrow.
Sally Sparrow.
This card's actually cool, but it doesn't belong here. I like this card, actually. It's 2, a white and a blue for a legendary creature, human detective. You may cast creature spells as though they had flash. That's pretty cool. Whenever 1 or more other creatures you control leave the battlefield, investigate. This ability triggers only once each turn. I don't know if there's any reliable ways in this deck to let your creatures leave the battlefield. I don't think you can, time travel them away.
It's not.
No,
it's super.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can do that. So, I don't know. In this deck, it's not cool at all. In its own deck, it's pretty unique. I like that stuff.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Blink, make a bunch of investigate tokens, clue tokens, investigate tokens, clues.
Yeah,
I could see that being pretty interesting by itself, but in this deck, no, it doesn't do anything. When we're doing these upgrades, we're trying to focus these decks, guys. So that's not focused. And I think our last one, if I'm not mistaken, it's Coward/Killer. They're bringing back Coward, which is something that is kind of news to me because I didn't even realize there was a Coward subtype. What do you? Yeah. Anyway, for 1 and a red, it's sorcery. Target creature can't block this turn and becomes a coward in addition to its other types until end of turn, and you get to time travel. And then Killer for 2 and 2 red. Killer deals 3 damage to target creature and to each other creature that shares a creature type with it, also a sorcery. Both sorcery speed. Yes, you get to time travel, but Coward is so whatever. You're making one creature not able to block. Whatever. I guess. I don't know. This whole card, this entire card, is just so mid. As the kids would say these days. Just mid.
Yeah.
It's a mid certified card. I don't have much to say about this card. It's just not like nothing about it is making me go, whoa, like make an O face, put it in my deck, you know?
I'm actually going to say nothing about this card. And that was 10 ads and 10 cuts.
The ultimate disrespect of that card.
For Timey-Wimey.
Timey-Wimey. Yeah, this is a famous doctor.
Listened.
Sorry. I'm listening.
If you listen this far in the video and you know anything about Doctor Who, can you give me a very detailed explanation in the comments about what Timey-Wimey, what's the significance? I don't get it.
Yes, please.
You got my attention, but I'm not gonna research by myself. So please tell me.
Yeah.
Just link the Wikipedia article or whatever. I don't care, man. But just help me out a little bit. You know what I mean?
Give us a detailed explanation.
Yeah.
Just like, comment, subscribe if you like this sort of stuff. Keep them coming, and yeah, we're just gonna keep the videos coming if you keep arriving. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, thank you. Okay. All right. Bye, guys. See you.
Bye, guys.